Hello, everyone. So today is July the 1st, year 2023. And moments ago, I decided to go on jw.org and read their daily text. And OMG, I was shocked of what they were saying. So, moment from now, I'm going to read their text and then I'm going to discuss it. And I can almost guarantee this. When you read this text and I have my discussion, you're really going to see how twisted this jw.org really is, also known as the Watchtower Organization. So without any further ado, let me read it. July the 1st, year 2023. Disfellowshipping is part of Jehovah's arrangement. It is in the best interest of everyone, including the wrongdoer. Any negative comments about the way a disciplinary matter was handled have likely been initiated by someone who did not mention details that would put the wrongdoer in a bad light. We simply do not have all the facts. It is wise, then, to trust that the elders who took judicial action made every effort to follow spiritual principles and to judge for Jehovah. By supporting the elders' decision to disfellowship your loved ones, you may actually help him to return to Jehovah. And it quotes, severing, also known as shunning, family association with an adult son was extremely difficult, admits Elizabeth. But after he returned to Jehovah, he admitted that he deserved to be disfellowshipped. In time, he expressed appreciation for the lessons he learned. And that was their daily text, or should I say, July the 1st, year 2023 text. I almost don't know where to start. So let's go back to the very first sentence of today's text. And it states, disfellowshipping is part of Jehovah's arrangement. Now, you would think that if it actually is Jehovah's arrangement for disfellowshipping someone, that they would actually do this. Disfellowshipping is part of Jehovah's arrangement. And then they would quote one, maybe two, maybe even three different Bible scriptures to back up of being Jehovah's arrangement for disfellowshipping. But they didn't. They continued, and let's go into the second sentence of today's daily text. And it states, it is in the best interest of everyone. Now, let's give you a good example so you'll better understand of this phrase, best interest. Now, if someone approached my little brother, and he started talking about how to drive a commercial bus. And suppose I was present. I would look at my brother and saying, you know what? I'm not going to listen to not one word you said, because you never driven a CDL or a commercial bus. So you can't give your personal opinion. You can't give best interest ideas. Now, at the same time, if I started giving you ways how to drive a commercial bus, or if I started telling you how to pre-trip a commercial or a CDL bus, no, the answer would be this. Yes, I have the authority to tell someone how to drive a commercial bus. I have the authority to show someone how to pre-trip a bus because I have a CDL license. I have a commercial license. I know how to properly pre-trip a bus. Now my brother has no authority to give his personal opinion because he's not qualified to drive a bus. So we're going to go back to those first two sentences of today's daily text. And I'm going to word it a little bit different. This is what it really actually means. It is in the best interest for everyone for disfellowshipping someone as we think it is Jehovah's arrangement. Now I'm gonna reword that again. Once again, I'm changing it a little bit. It is the best interest for Jehovah's arrangement for disfellowshipping someone. Now you see how I twisted the whole thing? Because this daily text, they don't have any scriptures to back up this whole disfellowship arrangement. But you know what? I'm going to take one step further in this discussion. Because I'm about to prove to you once again that this whole disfellowshipping is so far gone from the truth or from the Bible. So, Awake magazine, January the 8th, 1947. They had an Awake magazine entitled, "Are You Also Excommunicated?" And what the Jehovah's organization, also known as the Watchtower organization, they had this discussion saying that the teachings of what Catholics believed in of excommunication, and I'm just going to quote a couple statements in that article, I'm quoting it verbatim, that excommunication is, quote, altogether foreign to biblical teachings. It also states in that article that the Roman Catholic teachings of excommunication is unbiblical, by which, quote, you are looked upon with a blackened content, being cursed and damned with the devil and his angels. So that quote in that Awake magazine is actually admitting that if you, as a Jehovah's Witness, if they practice what the Catholics were teaching of excommunication, that you are looked upon with the blackest content. So they're basically telling you, don't do it, Jehovah's Witnesses, because if we do what Catholics are doing of this excommunication, that you'll be looked upon and the blackest content, being cursed and damned with the devil and his angels. So Jehovah's organization at that time of 1947, they're basically being very darkened, very scary. But of course, it even gets worse. As it also quoted in that Awake article, that the origins of this excommunication practices are pagan, superstitious Greeks, and the Druids. And so I'm gonna review those three statements once again in the Jehovah's Witness website entitled, Are You Also Excommunication? So, first statement in that January the 8th, 1947 Awake magazine, excommunication is, quote, altogether foreign to biblical teachings. That the practices of the Roman Catholic teachings of excommunication is unbiblical. Quote, you are looked upon with the darkest content, being cursed and damned with the devil and his angels. And of course, lastly, in that Awake of 1947, that these teachings of excommunication is pagan, superstitious Greeks, and the Druids. Now, there it is. You need to understand, things can't change like the Jehovah's Witnesses want you to think. You know what? If they say, which I just read to you, that excommunication is not biblical and you'll be damned to hell, basically from the devil, and that it has pagan roots, that's what it is. You can't just say, like Jehovah's Witnesses love to use, oh, it's a new light. We're gonna go against what we used to teach, and now saying that excommunication, also known as disfellowshipping, is suddenly now biblical. It's suddenly no longer blackened, content, damned to the devil or to the angels. Or, yeah, I know we used to say that it has pagan roots, but we're going to change it because we can do that. We're just going to use new light. That doesn't work that way. So now I'm going to conclude with their daily text of today, July the 1st, July the 1st, 2023. And I'm going to go through those first two sentences once again. Disfellowshipping is part of Jehovah's arrangement. You have nothing to back up with that. Remember what I just read what their 1947 says about how severe it is if you practice this excommunication. It's not biblical. It has pagan roots. You'll be damned to hell if you practice this excommunication practicing. And what does the second sentence of today's daily text say? It is in our best interest. So again, let's reword those first two sentences. It is in the best interest of Jehovah's arrangement for practicing shunning, because that's what they actually are doing. They're not backing up no Bible scripture. They're putting in, making it sound it's biblical, but it's not. That's why they add that word, in the best interest of Jehovah's arrangement of practicing shunning. Now, forgive me if I'm looking like I'm bitter and I'm angry. I'm really not. It's just appalling. It's so disgusting and disturbing. And I know I don't do a lot of videos like a lot of other people do, like Kim and Mikey. They do a lot of videos. I don't. But I just wanted to prove a point. And again, I'm going to end this with this. It reminds so much like me when they use this woman named Elizabeth, where she quotes shunning, or where they like to reword it as severing family association with our adult son. That's me. I am the adult son of my mom and my dad. So I actually reword that little quote at the end of that daily text. Shunning family association with my adult son, Victor, is extremely difficult, says Tina. But after he returned to Jehovah, which you already know, when I left the Watchtower organization, yes, it took me many years to get to the point, but I found the real Jehovah, the real Yahweh, the real God. I found the real Jesus. I found the real gospel. So them trying to use that theory of me coming back to Jehovah, I already found the true Jehovah, not the Jehovah of the Watchtower. I find the Jehovah of the truth. So I hope you enjoyed my little video. I know I sound like I was really ranting, but that today's daily text just irked me to no end, that they're going to try to make this sound that it's so Jehovah's arrangement of disfellowshipping. You know what? If you're going to try to use that theory, Jehovah's arrangement of disfellowshipping, JW.org, Jehovah's Witnesses, then you need to start using a Bible scripture to back that up, because you're not. You're making up your own theory. Our best interest. Well, you know what? I can give you your best interest too, that you follow what 1 Corinthians states in the Bible, that Jehovah's Witnesses follows a different God, a different Jesus, a different gospel, a different truth. They don't follow the true Jehovah, the true Jesus, the true gospel, and of course, the true truth. Okay, thanks and have a good day.